says BlizzCon Cosby Crew. There was an actual chat with a bunch of guys who were all...
Bro. Knockout. For those who might not be on the loop, I don't even know how to say it, about this situation, Activision Blizzard, this big ass company that makes terrible games in my opinion, basically released, not them, but California State Agency or something like that, released a lawsuit that is being filed against them. And in a very quick note, all right, it
demonetized.
All right, from women. Apparently there was like this frat boy environment in the company. They were rolling by, slapping asses or something like that. I'm kidding. I don't think it went that far, but they were being, harassing women in the workplace. I usually don't cover I do cover allegations, but it's when they are pretty heavy. But I don't like to talk too soon, right? But there's only so far I can only go so far. And when you post pictures like, let me see, when you post pictures like this, I'm inclined to say that maybe you are in a certain way guilty. This was back in 2013, all right? That's something important that I want to highlight. This what happened before the allegations, but still, and before Bill Cosby, we know what happened with Bill Cosby. If you're too young to know that, or you're just, again, living under a rock, Bill Cosby was charged, I don't think actually for the accusations, but he was charged for, drugging the drinks and stuff like that, or whatever the fuck was it. And he was found guilty. Now he's being released, but he's gonna die anyway before he gets to enjoy a life with impunity, let's say it. I would say not smart back then, not smart now. This guy already had a history of like those allegations. But they apparently had an hotel room, and I think this is not like that much of a secret thing. There's a lot of corporations that have hotel rooms for, let's say, conferences and shit like that. So this wasn't anything out of the ordinary to have an hotel room. But they labeled this shit the Bill Cosby Suite, or the Cosby Suite. And they actually admitted, like, oh, yeah, you used to take girls and stuff like that into that. Like, bro, back then you should have already known. Like the guy who came up with this, a little bit of spoilers that we're gonna see in this video, I guess spoilers if you couldn't call it that, but the guy said like, oh, I didn't know the history of Bill Cosby. Motherfucker, you knew the history of Bill Cosby, otherwise you wouldn't have a Cosby room. Like, what would be the purpose of having Cosby? Like, he's not the guy who's known for, he's known for being America's dad, right? Not really for being the guy who can get a lot of fucking pussy all the time. So you're not really convincing me there. You knew his history. That fucking comment right there, man, the Night of Montero. I'm laughing, I gotta laugh. I mean, it's just that fucking crazy, man. But imagine being the printer company. You go like, yeah, we're gonna need a large picture of Bill Cosby, please. Alright, no questions asked, I guess. That's our policy.
There was also an example of like these crawls that happened at the office where the guys would get intoxicated and they would just hit on all the women in the office.
See what I mean? Again, I would say that is very, like, unprofessional. I guess it would be the minimum of the minimum. It would be very unprofessional to be like, you know what? We're gonna bring a ton of fucking booze to this Bill Cosby room. Oh yes, that's right. We're gonna call it Bill Cosby room. That seems like a good idea too. And we're gonna crawl around cubicles harassing female workers who apparently already had an environment where they're pushed out. Which, listen, in the gaming industry, that's not hard to believe. I don't know if there's any statistical evidence, but whatever. I've seen examples at the very least. At least it does happen. It happened with Rocksteady. For those who might not know, Rocksteady was, or is in fact, the developer from Batman Arkham series, right? Which I love. But if the allegations were ever proven right, of course I couldn't just buy another fucking Batman game, right? It seems like I love when shit that resurface has the best timing in the world, right? They're going through these allegations and boom, right there, apparently they had a Bill Cosby room. Bro, don't drop your jello shots, dude. Yeah, like, yeah, were they playing beer pong in that bitch? I don't know. HR was in the room, so of course that's if they have HR. There's a lot of companies that, amazingly to me, they don't have HR. That's something I've learned. Like, I always thought as a kid, well, as a teenager, that HR was something, and once I learned what the fuck it was, that every company had HR. No, some companies don't have HR. And if they have HR, is the top management itself, which is not, like, they're in their office, they don't see what's happening, they don't report it. So HR was in the same room. Maybe that's, that would be my belief, that the HR was in the room, so of course they thought it was okay. Maybe they were involved as well. Who knows? Oh, an HR person was identified in the photo. There you go. That's why I love doing these streams. I got even more information on top of that. So apparently there was HR in the room. One of the guys. That's like the police investigating itself. One thing is internal affairs that are statewide. Another thing is when I see, oh yeah, NYPD is investigating his own occurrence. Oh, that's fine. That's great. I'm not really anti-police or anything like that, but when I see that shit, like, don't you think that there's a conflict of interest right there? I want to give the benefit of doubt to all, I guess, even people, organizations, whatever. But when you do shit like this and you have these evidence, like the allegations pop, and then the things that start resurfacing imply that yes, this environment is like at least very extremely unprofessional. It doesn't mean that every single allegation is proven right, but it does make it seem likely.
This was in plain view of other male employees, including supervisors, who had intervened and pulled him off.
Fuck it, at least that's a sign of hope right there, that there was some men who were like, yo, dude, just back off. Don't do that shit.
What's going around here, this is describing this picture. I'll just show it to you guys right here. And it says, BlizzCon Cosby Crew. There was an actual chat with a bunch of guys who were all...
Bro. Knockout. Pause, man. Like, benefit of the doubt is like out of the fucking window. I didn't even open the window. That shit just gets trashed, man. Like, bro, BlizzCon Cosby Crew. What the fuck? Bro, like seriously, come on. I am gathering the hot chicks with 2 axes, motherfucker. This is not 2008. Stop. Actually, was this 2008? 2013, November. Dude, chicks with 2 axes, man. Even back then, that was a boomer shit. I don't think this is a boomer. So I'm gathering the hot chicks for the cause. Don't tell me that's what they call it, the Cosby. Oh, bro. Time out. You dumb pieces of shit. Yeah. I am gathering the hot chicks for the cause, the Cosby room. Bring them. Greg, you on the way? You can't marry all of them, Alex. That doesn't surprise me that you would be the kind of guy to marry any girl that he meets. I can. I'm Middle Eastern. Come up to the cause. Okay, so yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what they're calling the fucking room. Dude, no amount of context can make me say or make me believe that they didn't mean to take girls to the Cosby. I'm not saying that they drugged them or whatever the fuck they did, what Cosby did, but you knew what Cosby did. Otherwise, you wouldn't call it the Cosby room. Who are you fooling?
Developers pictured above in the Cosby Suite wrote in a Medium post today that he was unaware of Cosby's history at the time.
And this is where I fucking time out, dude. Like, you didn't know. Then why the fuck would you call it Bill Cosby? Bro, he already had a history. Why the fuck would you do that? Even as a joke, you are bringing women there. How uncomfortable. Like, imagine if someone invited you. Like, oh, this is a sweet hotel room. What'd you call it? Oh, it's just Ted Bundy room. That's what we usually call it. Oh. Like, you're not gonna do that shit. They had a Bill Cosby show, Bill Cosby room back then. Tons of fucking booze. They would actually deliver chicks back then, like, to the fucking, they would take the chicks to the room, which was supposed to be the informal meeting room or something. Like, I call bullshit on the meeting room. Like, yeah, oh, don't mind the Bill Cosby painting, all right, the Bill Cosby picture. Don't mind those naked bitches in the room, okay? This is a very professional environment. We care for your money. Let's talk business. Like, that shit didn't happen. Who the fuck are you trusting? Like, unless you did role play with the girls,